Hey, Viking fans, I'm bringing you a special camp report. I'm going to talk about 6 guys on the depth chart, climbing that ladder, and a couple of guys changing positions. Let's talk about that next. Cue the music. Show is dedicated to MC Rap, Purple Pocket Podcast, all the Viking fans out there. Here we go. Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok, Skull World. Make sure you hit subscribe, leave a comment. That way you enter my contest. I want to give away free stuff on the game day against the Green Bay Packers, where we're going to trounce them one more time. Let's hear it. Skull Vikings. Now let's get started with today. There was camp today, but you know what I want to do? I want to focus on particular individuals that seem to be winning right now. They're big winners after camp. I want to talk about 6 individuals that I saw on the depth chart, which means a heck of a lot with them potentially making the 53-man roster. I'm ready to go, guys. I don't know about you. Game this weekend. September 11th, right around the corner. Let's do it. Minnesota Vikings. First guy I want to talk about, Ed Ingram. Ed Ingram is with the ones. Jesse Davis sitting down, got somewhat of a bum knee a little bit there. But he's the next guy in line, and he's getting number 1 snaps over Jesse Davis at times. Jesse Davis was practicing with the 2s. It's not just the knee. He's practicing with the 2s. We got Ed Ingram. My master plan is coming too. Ed Ingram playing right guard. That's what I want, folks. I want Ed Ingram to make starting ones right guard. That guy is a man. He actually lifts people off the ground and throws them down in college. He can do that in the pros. All right, Ed Ingram, big winner in camp. Next thing I want to talk about, Patrick Jones. I didn't leave him for dead. I had him making the 53. I knew they thought well of him, and he just hadn't had a huge opportunity. But the outside linebacker coach thinks a lot of him. He tells us he's going to shock some people. Same with DJ Wanham. Patrick Jones, DJ Wanham are the next guys in line on outside linebacker outside of Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. These guys can play. These guys can play. DJ Wanham, Patrick Jones II. He says we're going to be surprising some people. We got some guys that can rush the passer. I'm getting a little more excited. I was pretty down on the outside linebacker crew until I started hearing the coaches talk about them. And we picked up some guys, McLeod, Mintz. These guys might not make the team now. McLeod has an outside shot. Mintz is kind of teetering out there. Didn't make it too high up the depth chart when they released it today. I'm pretty excited about Patrick Jones II, DJ Wanham, getting a significant amount of playing time, only to give the main guys rest. Danielle Hunter says he's going to break the sack record. He's a man of action. Well, he didn't say it, but he said he's a man of action when someone told him he's going to do it. Jared Allen said he's going to break the sack record. I'm pretty excited about this team, guys. The defense is unheralded right now. Everybody talking about our offense, but with Donatel and Pettin turning this team around, the culture, get the Bears, guys want to get traded, fights in practice on another. We got guys like loose. They're playing practical jokes on each other and dancing in the training table, training room, things that you never saw under Zimmer. We got a culture now. It's a destination franchise. If you listen to my last my last video, not many people did. Go check it out. Talking about culture, talking about destination franchise. We got the facilities, we got the practice facilities, we got the coaches, we got the players. I said if we're going to win a Super Bowl in the near future, guys. If not this year, next year, the year after, sometime under this coaching staff, this regime, this ownership, Vikings are going to hoist that Lombardi. Let's do it. Next thing I want to talk, I'm ranting over Patrick Jones. Hey, let's talk about Dalvin Tomlinson. This confused me a little bit. Starting defensive end. I'm not listing Harrison Phillips on this list, but Tomlinson playing defensive end. How good? We had a bad rush defense the past couple of years, and we're gonna put Armon Watts, Harrison Phillips, and then now Dalvin Tomlinson on the defensive line, and then you throw in Danielle Hunter and Darius Smith. This is the most asinine front five. Well, then you throw in our front seven with our two linebackers. One of them, which is a run stuffer, and then one is a jack of all trades, Kendricks. Man, this is a front seven, isn't it? This is a big front seven. We don't have. Jordan Davis, I'm not drafting him at 12. Still going to haunt me, but hey, Lewis Seen, he's going to be a good player for us. And then Albert Booth Jr. and then Ed Ingram we got that as a throw-in basically for trading down. So Ed Ingram with the twos, man. I can't say it enough. It's just that trading down maybe worked out for us to get three good players and to solve our offensive line situation. Ed Ingram, man. Let's do it. Well, Tomlinson, defensive end. It's a big defensive end, guys. It's going to be a run stuffing D-line on first and second. And then we can throw in guys like Blake Lynch that's, Danielle Hunter can move to end on passing downs. Pretty flexible defense, guys. This is going to be fun to watch. Next guy, Tristan Jackson. I saw a catch where he leaped over two guys. I hope this is Tristan Jackson. The picture showed it was Tristan Jackson, but I can't tell. It looks like him. All right, so but Tristan Jackson caught like a 50-50 ball over two defenders. He's listed as the outside of the top three tiers, so the seventh receiver. So he's knocking on the door, guys, that he has an opportunity. He might make this team. If not the practice squad, hopefully. I said when I was reviewing the receivers that he was an NFL receiver. He's turning some heads, guys. People are talking about him. I know there's some fans that listen to us over at Purple Pocket Podcast on the live show. Man, he might make the team at the expense of somebody, and possibly Jalen Nailor, because he's listed in the same tier as Jalen Nailor. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Next thing I want to talk about, big winner. Now, this guy had never received a punt in college. Kick returner. But he's apparently number one on the depth chart for returning punts. This further solidifies his spot on the roster. He had that injury in OTAs. He's healthy. You haven't heard a whole lot about him in camp, but you make that punt return job, you are going to be on the team. And he did show us a little bit against the Bears game. I had high hopes that he'd be our number 4 receiver. There's some guys, B.C. Johnson, apparently Tristan Jackson, Jalen Nailor. He's got to fend off for that 4 spot. But KJ Osborne is going to have such a workload. He's not going to be able to return punts. So it's looking like a Smith-Marset. And, his teammates are saying, KJ Osborne saying he's really shifty. He looks good out there. Take his word for it. All right, guys. Last but not least, Troy Dye made the depth chart as the next guy and the next man up at inside linebacker. And we saw it earlier in camp. He's getting an opportunity that he hasn't had. He was a lost man under Zimmer, man. This is his 3rd year. I got him making the team, man. How could he not if he's going to be the third guy? Him and Asamoah are in that second tier. I don't see anybody. Surratt, I guess I thought he was going to make the team on my 53 2.0. I have him off it. Troy Dye getting a foothold on that backup inside linebacker job. Right, these were the 6 guys that kind of stood out to me about making the team. You know, obviously Tomlinson was going to make the team. Patrick Jones and Ed Ingram were going to make the team, but that, you know, that different position, that making the starting lineup, Tomlinson switching to DN, Ed Ingram playing with the ones. Then there's the guys, the bubble guys, Troy Dye, Amir Smith-Marset solidifying himself on the team, being the punt returner if he shows out in preseason. And then Tristan Jackson, who is an NFL type of receiver. He was a one-year wonder at Syracuse, but he seemed like the best player on the field when he played. Not the greatest competition there, but hey, he stood out as senior year. He's one of the better receivers in the country that year. So, hey, Tristan Jackson, good luck to you, man. That's it for today. This is Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Dave. You can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Skull World, also on Facebook. I have a live show on Purple Pocket Podcasts with MC Rap. He's the Purple MLK, bringing all of us together. Guys, let's go. Skull Vikings. Let's bring home the Lombardi. I hope you like my new show. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I'm trying to make it better. See you next time. Skull Vikings.